everyone, this is Granda again for the third time. The first two tutorials of the drivetrain, first of all, we built the frame, the extrusion frame, the structure, and in the second part, we put all the motors. And now this is the third part, and it's kind of a bonus slash extra video, which will try to animate the whole drivetrain. So first, I want to tell you guys that both rendering and animation are very, very intensive processes. And if you have like an old laptop or something that is not designed for this kind of processes, then it might not work. It might be too funky, lots of lag. So if you normally, when you're cutting, you have problems because it's too slow, then I wouldn't recommend doing this, right? Because it's probably gonna crash, right? So I still would encourage you to watch the video to know how to do it. But if you don't think that this will work in your laptop, then don't do it, because you might lose your design and whatnot. So let's get started. When you animate things in 360, there's an animation tab, right? However, we're not going to do that because we want to animate joints. So these joints we made before, the fixed one we're not, but you have not realized this actually has a rotation joint that actually allows the wheels to rotate, right? So what we want is sync the rotation of all four wheels to go in the same direction and then make the drivetrain move. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. And I get inside the motors and all of them, right? I'm going to find this joint. So let's see, this is the motor, right? So I'm going to get inside and I find this revolution revolving joint, and I find all of them. Let's see. Here, then again, not there. Okay, wait, I'm kind of lost. Okay, here, joints, and now we have two of them. So we have these two, and these two are going to move in the same direction, right? So I'm going to click on motion link. If you cannot find anything, just hit the S key and type motion link as in search, and then motion link, and click on there. And okay, that works. They're going in the same direction. They're going backwards, but they're in the same direction, so that's it doesn't really matter if they go this way or this way, as long as these two go in the same direction, right? So I'm gonna click OK. And now if I attempt to move one of them, both move. You see that? They're both moving. So that's very cool. And now I'm gonna do the same for the other two. So I'm gonna get motor 4 and motor 3, and let's see. Okay, this is inside. Wait, okay. Joints. No, not there. Okay, here, this joint. I'm gonna get this to do the exact same thing. Motion link. If you're gonna find it, just press the S key, and they're moving in the same directions, and so that's good. Okay, and now these two move in the same direction. These two move in the same direction, and now we want everything to move, right? So we're going to create another motion link, but in this time between motor 2 and 3, or any two. Like you want to create a link between one in this side and another one in this side, right? So let's do that. I'm going to choose motor 2 and 3. Now motion link, and let's make sure that they move in the same direction. They're actually not. This one is moving backwards, and this one is moving. Also, this one is moving clockwise, and this one is moving counterclockwise, right? So we want to do that. We want to reverse it. So we click reverse. And now they are all moving counterclockwise. I think. Yeah, I think they're moving counterclockwise. So I click OK. And now I'm gonna test it. So if I move it this way, all of them should move. Yeah, in the same direction. Okay, so that's good. Mirror position, and now they move in the same direction, but we want to move. We want the drivetrain to move, right? Like the whole thing to move horizontally this way or that way. Doesn't really matter. But we want it to move somewhere. So to do that, we have to create a joint between the drivetrain and the ground. So it's gonna be a little bit more complicated, but it's not too hard. So we're gonna create a new joint, and this is gonna be with the origin, right? So I'm gonna choose this point. Let's see, where's the origin? We have to choose the origin because we wouldn't. Okay, there we go. So I think it's O for origin. So imagine, I don't think I showed this, but you have like a lot of things that are in the way. What you can actually do is hold the click, then it will tell you the things that are in that direction, so you can pick the one you want. And in this case, it's O. As you see, I picked O as the second one. That's because the origin is not able to move. It's gonna stay there. You can choose it as the first component. You have to pick it as your second one. And now I want to pick something else that is gonna do that is gonna move, right? So I'm gonna create something between two faces because I want to put this in the center. It doesn't really matter for the movement, but it's just like for me, I like it. So kind of laggy. Wait a minute. Okay. This actually happens very, very often, even though my laptop is it's pretty good. It really happens because you have lots of things. That's what I'm saying with animation. It can get really laggy. So I have to be saving a lot. So okay, so now I'm gonna pick that one. And it's telling me that it will result in conflict. Okay, it's telling me that it will result in conflict because it's grounded, right? So it's not gonna let it move because I ground something, it's technically not able to move, but I'm moving it, so that's gonna give me a problem. But we can fix it. So before doing this, I'm actually gonna unground this extrusion, and I'm actually gonna save this because I don't wanna lose the progress. So now I saved it, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing, and I don't know where it is, the origin. Oh, I can only choose this my second component. So I'm gonna hold click and pick O, and now instead of doing the two phase, I realized that that's not gonna work. I'm actually gonna pick my hand, the center. Okay, and now it's actually not giving me any warnings because it lets me do it. As you see, this is a fixed one. A fixed you can go into motion. This is fixed, which means that it's not able to move, right? If I wanted this to rotate, I would just click on Reveal and now it's going to rotate. But I don't want that, right? I actually want it to move, to slide. So I can see a third one and it's slider. And I have to pick, and that's exactly the one I want. So I just click OK. And now I'm going to add my origin. Now I'm going to save it, just in case. And everything now moves, right? This moves. But the wheels are not rotating. So wait, I'm gonna put this third position. So now I have to link the movement of the wheels with the horizontal movement of this, right? So I'm gonna go to REV, and then for the slider, now motion link. Now I'm gonna go to the left view so I can see it. Oops. Oh no, my bad. Okay, there's a lot of lag now. Okay, this is very laggy. Okay, I want to make sure that they're moving this in the right direction, right? It's very hard. I'm gonna have to make it to go lower. So I'm gonna do 10 degrees. Does that help? Oh, no, I don't think that helps. Okay, so if this is moving forward, right? We actually want to move counterclockwise, right? So if this is moving forward, we want the wheels to move counterclockwise. So now I have to make sure that the wheels are moving counterclockwise. It's really hard to see. But what if I put it here? Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna make this 360 again. Hopefully, okay. So now, so if it's moving, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click OK. I'm gonna move it by hand and then check. Okay. Oh, it's not helping. Okay, I think it's actually moving backwards and it's moving clockwise. So I think it's fine. Yeah, I think I think it's good. Okay. Okay. Right position. And now I'm gonna edit this motion link. To get it so it moves the right distance, right? So right click, edit feature. You can also do the same thing here in the timeline. So you can right click, edit feature, or either pick it here and then edit feature. It's the same thing, right? Now I'm gonna animate it. Just trying to figure out if this is right because I'm not sure. It's so laggy and so fast that I can. Okay, I think they're going right now. I actually want to make sure they rotate the right distance, right? So now if we move like one revolution, it's moving 0.1 inches, right? Which I think is not right. And you can come up with a formula, which is like the formula for the distance it moves is technically 2 pi r. And the thing is, I don't know the radius of this, but I'm pretty sure that 2 pi r is actually greater than this, right? So it's probably going to be somewhere around 2 to 3 inches, I would say, even more than that. So I'm going to move this to, okay, very laggy. Okay, so let me think. The radius of this thing is only going to be 1 inch, at least 1 inch, right? So 2 pi r, that's around 6, and 1, so let's make it this 6 or even 7. I think that's right. And at this point, I'm kind of guessing, but it's definitely greater than what we had before. And now I'm going to click OK. And I'm actually going to check again. Okay, this is not moving. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's actually moving in the right direction. Okay, I like it. So now we got the things to move. Now we have to animate them. So how do we do that? Well, we come here and we go to Assemble and Motion Study. And we're going to select a joint. Even though we have lots of joints, we're only going to select one of them. In this case, I'm going to select the slider. We can either select the slider or one of the 4 revolutions. The 4 rotations. So I'm going to choose the slider, and I can just pick the distance I want it to move. So this is the front, right? So this side here is the front. I actually want this to be, let's say 1 inch. Is that the front? What is that one? Okay, I think that's going the right way. So I'm actually going to move this, imagine, 10 inches. That's reasonable. Enter. Now I move there. Okay. So now I gotta watch it. Now I'm gonna make it on this kind of thing and I'll animate it. Let's go backwards. Yeah, I'm probably gonna speed it up. Okay, so let's see. Okay, we're gonna say it has lots of lag. That's what I was saying. It's fine. And I click OK. Okay, so now it works. If you're gonna I don't like perspective, I'm gonna bit orthographic. Okay, so now we're good. So yeah, now we got a motion study, which is here, right? If I actually want to make a video of this, I have a couple of options. I could come here, play the motion study, just like I was doing, just go to edit, then click on play, record your screen, and make a video or a GIF or whatever, right? Now, the really cool one is rendering. So you can go to render, and then, oh no, it's gonna take a long time, I think, but let's see. So when you go to render, you are gonna do so you're gonna render, right? So you're going to render, you click render, and you're gonna render an image, a normal image. And then once you render a normal image, and there's gonna be in the top left corner, there's going to be a little play. It's going to let you render an animation. So I have this here, right? And I put it back there because I want to see it move, right? What I could do is I'm going to put it up here. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to go to render, and I'm going to render this in, imagine, this resolution, this size, and that quality. I'm going to do it standard. And if you want this to work, it 100% needs to be in cloud rendering. If you do it in local, it's not going to work. You have to go cloud and then render it. I'm not going to do it because that really takes a long time, and then I'm not going to be able to show it in this video. But you render this, right? And then when it finishes rendering like in 10, 20, 30 minutes, even in 1 hour, it's going to be right here. There's going to be an image here. You're going to click on that image, and it's going to pop up the image in a big size. And in the top left, there's going to be a little button. There's going to be like a play, and it's going to let you pick a motion study that you're going to able to render. And then you click on there, and you render it again, but this time you're going to like an animation. You're going to get a video that you're going to be able to watch and download as a, I think, MP4. So you get a very cool video of an animation. So that's something you can do. And we don't have time in this video to do it because it actually takes lots of time, because you got like at least 1 hour for the image to render, and then another hour or 2 or 3 hours for the video to render. So it's very time consuming. But again, it's in the cloud, so you can just click on that. You can close fusions with this thing, go finish your stuff, and then come later in the day and you check that it's here, and then you watch the video. So you don't have to be here supervising the process because it's in the cloud, right? So hopefully you guys learned how to animate joints. And again, the joints that were in the wheels, I put them there beforehand. You can do that. All you have to do is in the axle, you can put like a rotation between the motor and the axle, right? And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you for watching.